teacher in New York decided to honor each of her students in high school by telling them the difference that each of them made. Using a process developed by Helice Bridgers of Del Mar, California, she called each student to the front of the class one at a time. First, she told them how that student had made a difference to her and the class, and then she presented each of them with a gold ribbon imprinted with gold letters that read, "Who I am makes a difference." Afterwards, the teacher decided to do a class project to see what kind of impact recognition would have on a community. She gave each of the students 3 more ribbons and instructed them to go out and spread this acknowledgement ceremony. Then they were to follow up on the results, see who honored whom, and report back to the class in about a week. One of the boys in the class went to a junior executive in a nearby company and honored him for helping him with his career planning. He gave him a blue ribbon and put it on his shirt. And then he gave him 2 extra ribbons and said, "We're doing a class project on recognition, and we'd like you to go out, find somebody to honor, give them a blue ribbon, and then give them the extra blue ribbons so that they can acknowledge a third person to keep this acknowledgement ceremony going. Then please report back to me and tell me what happened." Later that day, the junior executive went in to see his boss, who had been noted, by the way, as kind of a grouchy fellow. He sat his boss down and he told him that he deeply admired him for being a creative genius. The boss seemed very surprised. The junior executive asked him if he would accept the gift of the blue ribbon and would he give him permission to put it on him. His surprised boss said,
took the blue ribbon and placed it right on his boss's jacket above his heart. As he gave him the last extra ribbon, he said, "Would you do me a favor? Would you take this extra ribbon and pass it on by honoring somebody else? The young boy who first gave the ribbon is doing a project in school, and we want to keep this recognition ceremony going and find out how it affects people." That night, the boss came home to his 14-year-old son and sat him down. He said, "The most incredible thing happened to me today. I was in my office, and one of the junior executives came in and he told me he admired me. And he gave me a blue ribbon for being a creative genius. Imagine, he thinks I'm a creative genius." Then he put the blue ribbon on that says, "Who I am makes a difference" on my jacket above my heart. He gave me an extra ribbon and asked me to find somebody else to honor. As I was driving home tonight, I started thinking about whom I would honor with this ribbon, and I thought about you. I want to honor you. My days are really hectic, and when I come home, I don't pay a lot of attention to you. Sometimes I scream at you for not getting good enough grades in school and for your bedroom being a mess. But somehow tonight, I just want to sit here and, well, just let you know that you do make a difference to me. Besides, your mother, you're the most important person in my life. You're a great kid, and I love you." The startled boy started to sob, and he couldn't stop crying. His whole body shook. He looked up at his father and said through his tears, "I was planning on committing suicide tomorrow, Dad, because I didn't think you loved me. Now I don't need to go." The boss went back to work a changed man. He was no longer a grouch, but made sure to let all of his employees know that they made a difference.
Hey, Jasmine.
Hello, Mr. Man.
How's your day going?
It's going good. How's yours?
Good. Hey, I want to talk to you about something. You know, I really appreciate all the hard work that you do in class, and the fact that you always come to class with a positive attitude and a smile on your face. You know, it makes teaching language arts so much easier. You know, I know that we do things like take tests and do homework assignments that aren't always the funnest, but, you know, there are things that have to be done. And so because of that, you really make a huge difference in our class, and I really appreciate it. And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to give you these 2 You Make a Difference ribbons. And the reason why I'm giving you 2 is because I want you to give one to someone who makes a difference to you.
Thank you, Mr. Man. I know just who to give this to.
Perfect.
You Make a Difference Week is a tradition that has been happening at Waldo for over 15 years. 8th graders, at some point this week, you will be approached by a staff member who will present you with a ribbon and explain to you why who you are makes a difference. Please listen carefully to these reasons because you may be asked to reflect upon them later on in another class. You will also be presented with a second ribbon to give to somebody who makes a difference in your life. Try to find somebody outside of school, not another Waldo student, so that way we can spread this message into the community.